Logs and sprouts layout. Kapoker draws leaf fur on PU. Excess draws sequoia cedar on UI. Kapoker draws sequoia PE. Excess baobab mer UA. Kapoker leaf ginkgo AE. Excess willow EU. Kapoker banyan KA. Excess coca LA. Kapoker sequoia leaf cypress IU. Excess baobab EI. Kapoker mangrove TE. Excess palm EI. Kapoker willow birch PE. Excess willow acacia UE. And done. Now, let's put ailanthus on forest ground. First ailanthus on OT, second ailanthus on TT, third ailanthus on LK, fourth ailanthus on KI, and the fifth ailanthus on OL. Not bad positions at all. They could develop reasonable 1-pine and 4-pine groves in good locations. Now let's find the logs for Kalas group. Blade goes to KO, Fell goes to AA, Fire goes to EU, and finally polluter goes to LO. As it looks like it's pretty disconnected from each other, so there will be necessary a first move by polluter. At least fire, plague and pollute are saved, contrary to Fell, which has already the menace of 2 ailanthus. Although an attack of these ailanthus means a bad location to grow either a 1-pine grove or a 4-pine grove, thus the 2 kinds of groves are possible, but too much near to the central area. We'll see. So let's the tree fight begin. Excess refuses to start the tree fight, so Kapoker begins with a plain baobab mer rim at EI. No reaction from Excess, then Kapoker applies sequoia cedar rim at UK, which produces 1-pine grove on UL, structure of which protects now Fell from being killed. Meanwhile, no interest at all from Excess to react to. Kapoker implements willow birch rim on KU, making the patch for a 1-pine grove on AU. So by this time Kapoker has managed to raise 2 1-pine groves, using for that 2 ailanthus already on forest ground, winning in both actions 18 trees and 2 ailanthus treetops. These 2 groves will be partially destroyed at the first happy life stage by combined plurage of fire and fell. But for the time being, Excess doesn't react. Kapoker draws ginkgo rim on LL, which produces an easy, fast, ready 4-pine grove at BA, with help of ailanthus OL. So up to now, a quite effective way to benefit from this forest ground configuration, making 33 trees with 6 pines and 6 ailanthus treetops for the next expansion project. There is, by the way, a serious drawback for Kapoker. Although still having 10 cartouche transformers, Kalas are so efficiently located that they hinder further forest building up whatsoever. despite the amount of place still available otherwise. Excess has no intention to get moved, so in order to break the, let's say, blockade, Kapoker organizes an act of aggression on two colors in order to produce a control plurage, which can convert a tight, strong grove into a loose formation of ailanthus and pines, and in this way gaining renewed chances to make new groves. Kapoker decides to activate Plague with Willow Ray, synchronize with a cypress rim from Loaded Pine IL that sets Fell in motion. The purpose of this surgical Fell Plague plurage is average tree TA of the 4-pine grove to be killed and reduced to a log, and as a consequence, its grove structure smashed into isolated pines and ailanthus, and due to this traumatic event, Kapoker can go on now producing groves in northeast section as well as in south, middle and west section of forest ground. But this is the very moment which excess takes advantage of to unleash polluter fury, and as a result of its happy life phase, what remains of that 4-pine grove still loses 3 more ailanthus. Also, 1 pine grove AU loses its pine, forming now a grove of 8 ailanthus. By Pope Lane Hole jumps, Plague goes KE, Fire goes UE, and Pollute LE. From these new locations, Fire will be able to produce a new Pollute activation when itself's getting activated. Fell didn't need to use Pope Lane Hole jumps, as it is yet tactical well enough located. Then, in his turn, Kapoker implements a short root fern on LO. Excess passes without reacting to. Then Kapoker draws cypress on KI, together with a mangrove KA, from Loaded Pine UL, making this way a 2-pine grove on LI and IT. So, as it looks like, Kapoker doesn't miss his chances. Again, after Excess refuses to move, Kapoker takes Coca to IE as Loaded Pine PA draws a mangrove IK, which makes altogether 1 pine grove IK. Excess again lets Kapoker go on with Palm KO. Then, in another turn, Kapoker implements a maze out of Sequoia EE and Banyan UA, which makes 1 pine grove at UT. Excess refuses, and Kapoker takes Baobab EP and unloads Pine TL with a Baobab Mer PL, making an ailanthus out of it. So the idea was to threaten the colors with a full tree line on Pope Lane Hole Baobab axis line, which makes Excess to react by activating Fire. The making of the tree line EL was a tactic move from Kapoker to cause Excess to use Fire before Kapoker's cartouche getting exhausted, and being forced to put on forest ground his large amount of ailanthus treetops, with few chances to save them from Kala's rages. Now, Fire gets activated, bringing about a blue rage web. out of fire, plague, and pollute before a happy life gets started. That means 6 Ailanthus kill in that action. Shortly after, Pollute unleashes his second phase or happy life, which means breaking off 2 1 pine groves, UL and IK precisely. By four-plane hall phase, the whole group of colors moves away from the devastated area, going straight to where Fel and Plague could still play some havoc. Fel to IA, Plague to OP, Fire to OT, and Pollute to OL. After that, excess requires from Kapoker to finish up his work on forest ground. Palm acacia by KE and mangrove by PI, together with a fir made by loaded pine UT and a cypress made by loaded pine IT, which brings about some sprouts to plant 7 Ailanthus treetops, placing them, if possible, where Fel and Plague cannot get into. Anyway, as Fel gets activated, it kills 4 Ailanthus, then it's Plague's turn, which got rid of 2 more of them. And with that action, is this highly interesting Kapok Treefight already finished. Final results, 46 trees with 5 pines on forest ground.